I have to say is that within my family, there was no one that was a professional artist. Everybody had their own different professions, lawyers, pharmacists, and all that. However, my mother and my father both, they never said, no, don't do this. They did say, you know, it's nice that you're putting a lot of energy in this, but it may not feed your family. Well, you know, the big question is what is really important in your own life? They allowed me to experience that. They gave me room to grow. The form blacksmithing in and of itself is a dying art. And when I first started, there was a movement that the young people at that time, I was in my 20s, I had lots of energy, the extreme work that it takes to forge pieces, to beat them. There is a lot of physical activity in that, and to be able to do it, you really have to have a passion for it. And I had a passion for it, and for many years it didn't bother me that I was sore at night. You know, I was creating these objects, and you know, the heat of the metal, taking the metal and heating it to the point where it becomes like clay, and being able to move it and turn it and shape it is just so amazing. You don't see that in any of the modern techniques. Modern techniques are welding. You cut a piece of steel, zzz, you weld it together. You know, you don't, some people may beat it a little bit, but it's so hard that usually you don't do it. However, if you take that same piece of metal and you take this ancient art of heating it to the point where it becomes soft, now you can sit there and start moving it and bending it and doing what you want to with it. It's an amazing experience. This was one of the, when I first started out in my metalwork and blacksmithing, I combined techniques. This lower section here is found art. You know, I used to go to the salvage yard and I would look around, and I would, you know, when I saw this piece just laying among thousands of pieces of, you know, immediately, poof, it came to my mind, you know, this is the breastplate of a general, or I call him brujo, because the brujo and the general to me are very similar, except one is a little more militaristic than the brujo. But you know, so this piece here is salvage material. The head brain part is also salvage material. But then everything else is forged. These are pieces of angle iron that are normally just very straight. But by heating them and forging them, you actually can create the curves. You know, the brass pieces, again, they're just rods that are forged out. So it's a combination of different materials and different techniques. Each and every one of us has got a little tiny spark of God within us. And it's God, when I open my eyes and I look out, God is looking through me to see the world, to see the creation. If I put my ego aside, which is this other thing that says I am, right? But if I can kind of set it aside a little bit and let God come through, that experience, the two coming together, it's the greatest experience any individual can have.